Hello, my name is Ashley Sandino. I had first outlined the plot for the story this past summer, and I have continued to work on it through Girls Right Now with the guidance of my mentor, Lynn Lurie, who unfortunately couldn't join me here tonight. I hope someday to publish this piece as a dramatic novel. Derek wakes up startled, as if someone has been standing alongside his bed, watching him, and then forcibly press the air-filled pillow into his face. With all the confusion running through his mind, in addition to the beaming bright white lights on the ceiling, it had been literally impossible for him to have a calm rest. He looks around his room, realizing that not a single person is present, but he also notices how the nightmare he just had seems so very real. Though he'll like to remove all traces of it, he is too exhausted to concentrate and dozes off as soon as his eyes close. Emmy sits by the window, on the cold, plastic, hard chair. Her body is perfectly still while she closely focuses in on the raindrops, slowly making their way downward, one by one. Her gaze occasionally shifts from the window to the hands on the clock hanging on the far side wall to her right. After her routine checkup, first on the clock and then on the bed on the other side of her, she slouches in her seat, rests her head on her folded arms, then continues to stare out the window. Emmy buries her mouth and nose in her tangled sleeves, ragged now from the tugging and stretching of the fabric so many times, just to keep her mind off her brother. Only her eyes are revealed to peer out the window, heavy now with condensation, through a light fog on the other side. A minute passes, then another. By the third minute since the last time Emmy looked at the clock to her right, she is at it again, and this time with her head turned, she is unable to witness the exact moment Derek awakens. He jumps up with a start and gasps as if he were drowning and his breath was trying to escape him at that very second. Emmy quickly turns when she hears a sudden sound of her brother gasping for air. Emmy straightens in her chair as she greets him with a warm, sweet, but yet subtle, suggestive smile. Confused, Derek glares at her, with a blank expression on his face. He does not know what to do at the sight of his sister. The sister that was his twin and pronounced dead because of the same accident that has him hospitalized at this very moment, now before him, alive. Though he has a very vague memory of the incident, he remembers receiving the news and wishing it had been him and not her. He wants to get up and start walking to where she sits, but his muscles feel too weak, and the IV in his arm would not allow him even if he did have the strength. Frustrated, he drops his head on the pillow and shuts his eyes, but only for a second. He reopens his eyes and lifts his head to find her still there, looking back at him, smiling, seeming like a perfect picture. He convinces himself that the medication has him drugged to the point where he is hallucinating, the reason he believes the image of his sister appears before him. She speaks to him in the same playful tone she has spoken to him in all the years of their childhood. "Hi, how are you feeling? I couldn't wait until you finally had woken up. I need company. As if sitting here alone isn't scary enough at a hospital like this." He stares at her, in a daze, with his eyes fixated on the words that just came from her mouth, now floating in the air. "Hello? Are you okay? Please tell me you are, otherwise I'll be scared." He opens his mouth, slowly, and speaks softly as words start to form and spill out. "No, you're not really here. You're not real. Stop this." "Stop what? You stop it. If this is some joke you're trying to play, it's not funny, okay?" By now, her body is trembling, and she's at the edge of her seat. Her nerves are about to take over, and she fears she is about to lose the composure she worked so hard on maintaining while Derek had slept. "No, no, no!" Derek shouts while shaking his head, thinking it will snap him back into reality. "Stop it! I'm going to get the nurse, Derek. What is wrong with you?" "No, Emmy. Please come here. Come hug me, please." She rushes to him and receives a hug from her twin. Derek now finally realizes she is tangible. Her embrace, the scent from her hair, and everything else about her is real. Her presence has to be as well. I missed you so much, Emmy. I had this terrible nightmare about you. I thought I had lost you forever. I'm glad you're here with me. Of course I'm here, Derek. Where else would I be? Seeming calmer than a minute ago, she asks, what was the dream? You said you thought you had lost me. What did you mean by lost? Thank you.